Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 86. Yeah, this is another slow, uneventful episode. Look, don't blame me for this, okay? Blame the news cycle because recently, most of the movie news now doesn't even revolve around release dates anymore. It's mainly about trailers. I mean, just last week we got the Lightyear trailer. That got a lot of buzz. Get it? Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear. That was a terrible joke. And tomorrow we're getting a new Morbius trailer, and then the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer should come out sometime this month, any day now. So a lot's going on there. And then of course, the whole Rust tragedy that happened with Alec Baldwin and the prop gun killing the cinematographer. That whole thing has dominated the news cycle for almost 2 weeks now. So yeah, most of the movie news is revolving around all that. It has very little to do with actual release dates, which is good and bad. It's good for the industry, it's bad for my channel. But anywho, enough has happened for me to justify making this episode. So I'm happy about that. Now, originally, I was gonna just talk about Man from Toronto and 65 because their release dates have changed. And then I slapped myself in the forehead and realized, oh wait, Dune Part 2, that has a date. That's gonna happen. How can I forget that? See, I'm gonna be real. This video is a bit of an excuse for me to talk about Dune Part 2, but I don't care. Dune Part 2 is a priority. All right, these other two movies, nobody cares about them. Let's be real. At least not now, because we literally have no advertising for them. But Dune Part 2, this is big. So we're talking about this first. So Dune Part 2 is coming out. It's gonna happen. October 20th, 2023 is the date. It's gonna be theatrical only, no HBO Max nonsense. Yeah, this is fantastic news because it was looking real doubtful. A sequel was looking very doubtful for a long time. It's mainly because of, Doom 2021. I mean, that movie had a lot going against it. Not only did it have to deal with, HBO Max availability and the current marketplace, the movie was a tough sell already. I mean, we're talking about a 2.5 hour slow burn sci fi epic based off not so accessible source material, and was technically an incomplete movie because the whole end game of Dune was it was supposed to be a two-part movie. Dune 2021 was going to be part one, and then lead to another movie. But the thing is, they only made part one. Part two wasn't greenlit yet. So, you know, the fate of part two depended on the success of Dune 2021. But thankfully, Dune made just enough money for Warner Brothers to be like, all right, Denis Villeneuve, you're gonna get that sequel, and he has indeed gotten the sequel. So, hooray! There is a God. Yeah, so I'm very happy about this because I watched Dune. I watched it in the theater the way it was meant to be seen. Okay, I wanted to be respectful. I didn't want to piss off Denis Villeneuve because I know he was already pissed about the HBO Max experiment. Calling HBO Max the worst streaming service. Oh, I remember that. He was pissed off. But yeah, Dune was felt great watching it on the big screen, and I'm really glad we're gonna get another one. Because if we didn't, oh man, I don't even want to know what would have happened. There there would have been chaos in the streets. Twitter would have gone nuts. All social media would have gone nuts. It would have been a PR disaster if they didn't make that sequel. So yeah, this they made the right call to greenlight the sequel. but it won't come out till 2 years, so that's gonna be a long time from now. A lot's gonna change in those 2 years. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm hoping part two lives up to part one. I'm hoping the whole two-part Dune movies, they do the source material justice. That's all I want. Even though I haven't even read the source material at all. I just hoping for the fans who have read it that these two movies do it justice. Okay, so yeah. So that's Dune Part 2. Now, the other movies. Okay, we got to go all the way down here to this happened. God, when was this? This was Thursday? Yeah, this was Thursday. So this movie called 65, I've literally never heard of it before. Apparently it's a Sam Raimi production. Like he's not directing it, but he's a part of the process. He's producing it. And it stars Adam Driver, Kylo Ren himself. And it was supposed to come out May 13th of next year, which was going to be the week after Doctor Strange 2, which is also, well, that movie's directed by Sam Raimi, so you have two Sam Raimi involved movies back to back, and they were like, that's not such a good idea. We should change this. And so 65 is now moving to April 2020. Yeah, April 22nd, 2022. So it's now going to be an April movie. April's just getting more and more crowded. We already got Sonic 2. Now we got Fantastic Beasts 3. And now we got this. And probably some other movies I haven't even mentioned. So, yeah, April's looking pretty interesting now. And I know this movie, I just looked it up. I did some little bit of research. It's going to be made by the guys who wrote the first Quiet Place movie. And I love that movie to death. So I'm hoping for the best here, but we literally have no idea what the plot even is. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait until we see a trailer. That way we can start to judge it. But for right now, I have no real opinion on this. I'm because of who's behind it, I'm hoping for the best, but you never know. So that was 65. And besides, why is it even called 65? That's so vague of a title. Like, geez, like we'll know more when it gets marketing. And the last movie we're going to be talking about, Man from Toronto, starring Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. It's been delayed by quite a lot. It's supposed to come out January of next year, so literally 2 months from now on MLK weekend. But that has changed. It's now going to be a summer movie. It's going to come out August 12th, 2022. So that's going to be, yeah, interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't know about summer 2022. I mean, we got a lot of big potential hits coming out. I mean, we got Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4, Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, Transformers Rise of the Beast. What else? Indiana Jones 5, that's 2023. Black Adam. I think I don't know, man. But I don't this as a summer movie. Has Kevin Hart ever been in a summer movie before? I think he has. With The Rock. With Central Intelligence. Yeah. He did that. I think that's about it. I think if I remember, he probably did a couple more. He did Think Like a Man 2. That was June movie. And then he did his stand-up movie, Let Me Explain. That was July. So he's had some summer movies, but most of his work comes from January. I mean, the first two ride-alongs, uh, The Wedding Ringer, there was that. The Upside. So he's made a name for himself in January, but August, I don't know. Again, like 65, we're going to need to see some marketing before we can properly judge it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have no real opinion on it. I guess if, I don't know, if you're a Kevin Hart fan, this news is probably going to disappoint you. Being delayed by quite a bit. So, but, these things happen. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's pretty it's quite slow to say the least. But I guess now we gotta play that game. What will happen next? And honestly, I have no clue. I I pressed the wrong button. I have no clue. I mean, 2021 is pretty much done at this point. I mean, what else could happen in these last 2 months? I mean, every other 2021 movie is pretty much set. It's set in stone. Like, what could happen? So it's not even about 2021 anymore. It's about 2022. As we've seen, well, we can scratch off Man from Toronto. We scratch off Sesame Street and Belle and Untitled Universal Event Film. I don't even think. I think those were just kind of placeholders. But yeah, they're likely not gonna come out. I know Scream is definitely coming out January 14th, and I think Deepwater is too. Yeah, Morbius looks like it's gonna come out because it's gonna get a new trailer. So why would they delay it now? February looks a little crowded, but doable for the most part. I think it's doable. March is pretty light on content. I mean, it's gonna be the Batman's month and nothing else except maybe Turning Red. April 22, Sonic 2. That's gonna win the whole month, guaranteed. uh, May it looks like I think maybe some summer 2022 movies might move. I seriously doubt John Wick 4 and Top Gun Maverick are gonna come out the exact same day. That's just straight up cannibalization. I don't think either movie's gonna win. June looks pretty solid. I mean, there's no reason to change June. July looks well. Some of these, well, Fantastic Beasts 3 has to move to April, so gotta scratch that. But besides that, July looks solid. August is still pretty light. I mean, if any movies want to take those August spots, they can. And then we got the rest of the year, a bunch of dates that haven't been filled up yet, like September 2nd, October 28th, majority of December, like the 2nd and the 9th. Like, come on, like, again, I've said this before, like, if any of these movies, if they feel things are too crowded, then just pick these random dates, pick these vacant slots. Like, that's what I would do. I'd take advantage. But yeah, I think at this point it's going to be all about 2022 movies, and yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got a playlist on the homepage with all previous canceled videos I've made up to this point, including this one. There's now 86. So, and I've just checked the canceled series. We're on a good track because many of the movies I talked about in the past have now come out. So that's great. There's still quite a few that haven't come out yet, but we're definitely going in the right direction. But yeah, if you want to just check on all these movies, that way you're up to date on what's going on with them, you can go right ahead. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. I believe the only one I'm really doing is the Eternals this weekend. Red Notice, that's Netflix, so I'm not even gonna touch that. I don't know about Spencer. I might have to wait to see like a theater count before I can, you know, do a prediction on it. But if you want to watch any of the past 2021 predictions I made, including all the ones I did last weekend, all five of them, if you want to watch those, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. October recap will come out probably in a few-ish days. And boy, that's going to be quite this will be quite the interesting month to talk about, but in a positive way, not a negative way. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made up to this point, go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.